Hey, what's up, Marco here. So today we are going to talk about how to improve your sleep and some tips that I applied to my life in order to feel better throughout the day and improve my mood, etc. So the first tip is to fully darken your room. Basically, your primitive brain still still process that is daytime if you use your phone or any like artificial light in the night. So yeah, that's the quick scientific explanation for that. But what you want to do is to dim as much as possible any light in your room in order to be as less stimulated as possible. Because the more stimulated you are in the night, the worse and the more difficult it's going to be to fall asleep. So yeah, that's the first tip. Um, and the less stimulated you are in the night, the easier it's going to be to fall asleep. So the goal is to be basically relaxed and calm in the night to fall asleep. So before getting into the second tip, I want to give some quick disclaimer that test and see if this works for you. This is what I do, and this is what works for me. It may or not work for you, as with everything, right? So if you have like any problem or any like specific thing, don't do what I'm going to recommend you, or just test it and see if it works for you and if it helps you improve your sleep. So that's the first tip. And also you can use for this, I use an eye mask, which is this, something like this. You put it in the night and then it's easier to fall asleep. So yeah. The second tip is to lower the temperature to around 16 and 20 degrees Celsius. So basically I think this is called homeostasis. It's a biological process, but your whole body lows to that temperature, and if like let's say if it's a very very hot day, it's going to be very difficult to fall asleep. If it's a very very cold day, it's going to be difficult to fall asleep also. So that's like the ideal temperature to fall asleep. The third thing, and this also like correlates to the second tip, is to have a cold shower or simply have a shower before bed. It doesn't have to be cold. If it's cold, better. But this is called sleep hygiene, and this helps you fall asleep also easier. Basically, if you take a cold shower, your body will lower the temperature and will make it easy to fall asleep. Again, if you have any cardiovascular problem or any specific problem, I would not recommend it. Or if you are sick, for example, then you shouldn't do this because that's going to be worse for you. But if you are okay, if you have none of that, then try this. Of course, the cold showers are not as comfortable and as pleasant as a warm shower or a hot shower, sorry, but are very beneficial. Even like very very hot, it's bad for the body and like for blood levels, whatever. And the cold shower also has the benefit of improving your immune system. You can Google it, you can ask to your doctor, but yeah, that's that. So the third thing is to lie on the floor for about 5 to 10 minutes, depending. The goal with this is to, for example, what you can do is to take a yoga mat, put it on the floor, and like sleep looking up, let's say. This helps you relax. I don't really know about the scientific reason about this. I will tell you if I know, but why this works, but in this case I don't really know. I guess it just like relaxes you and like makes your body wind down. Again, you can use a mat. I mean, if your floor is very like dirty, clean it. But if not, like use just put just like lay on the floor or use a mat, right? So the fifth step, sorry, is to use a mouth tape. So I want to give you, for example, the mouth tape are not only to prevent snoring, but to also prevent breathing through your mouth in the day, sorry, in the night, as that's very unhealthy. That's not a good thing for you and your whole health. Like, I mean, if you snore, of course, it wouldn't be like attacking the problem from the root, or the core, right? But this helps you a lot to prevent snoring. So, for example, this is it's not using any mouth tape you found, any tape, sorry, you found, like plastic or the black ones, for example. Like, don't do that. It's about using these specific ones. So I don't know if you can. Yeah. So these are called hypoallergenic. I don't know if that's how it's called in English, but I will leave two links, one for Amazon and one for Mercado Libre, for the people that live here in Argentina. But I will leave a link so you can buy them. They are not really like expensive, depending on the tape you buy and where you buy it. But yeah, it's like, let me just show you really quick if I can. This one is kind of difficult to get up, but so for example, let's take a little bit. So for example, this is what it looks like. I think you can see it. It's not about using any tape, because for example, if you use a black tape like those strong ones, then that's going to be like more dangerous. But it's about putting like that. And if you think, oh, but what if I cannot breathe in the night? Believe me that just by putting this one, I mean, you shouldn't like take 10 of these and put it all in your mouth, because that's that's not very good. But you just want to take one little one of these, put it in your mouth, and that's it. Like, it's this simple. So this basically prevents you from snoring and from mouth breathing, which is very unhealthy. So yeah, there's not much to explain here, and you can find it in any place that they are selling it, but I will leave a link for them in the description, so you can check it right now. So yeah. So the second tip is to sleep 100% naked, and just by saying that, I know what you may be thinking, and let me explain before you make any biases or something. So basically, sleeping 100% naked, first of all, helps you a lot from the health part, because when you sleep with clothes overall, with like pressure and like fit clothes, it's going to be really bad for your whole like bloodstream, as it's like, I think you can imagine, but yeah, it's not like very good. But for example, if you don't live alone, which for example I live with my family, I don't live like 100% naked. I just sleep with my boxers on, like a non-tidy ones, because it's better if it applies less pressure, because it's not good for your bloodstream. I think you can get the point. And if, for example, if it's a cold or very warm day, or very hot day, sorry, then you can use like any stove, or in case it's very hot, a air conditioner to lower the temperature and make it easier to fall asleep. So yeah, that's that. It's a matter that, because it helps you, for men, for example. I don't know if for women, I guess it does, I don't know, but it helps with testosterone production, and yeah, it's very healthy. Again, see what works best for you. There you go. So the other thing now is to read a book. You can do it on Kindle or a physical book. Reading a book in the night helps you fall asleep as it is a boring task, and it like it relaxes you apart from that. And if you don't have any book or Kindle, just like, then I won't really recommend to you apply this step, because if you use your phone, for example, in the night, as I told you, like using artificial lights will prevent you from falling asleep. I think it's a matter, I don't want to, I would research about this, but I think it's like your body will still produce melatonin, so which is a, let's leave it there. But yeah, basically, like, don't if you're going to read a book, if you have a physical book, perfect. If you have a Kindle, even better, because you don't have to use any light to like, to light yourself. But yeah, it helps you a lot to fall asleep. So the other step is to walk around 8 to 10k steps, depending on you, around the day. Basically, this helps you a lot to fall asleep. Sorry, not to fall asleep, but to have a better sleep performance in the night. And I don't want to get into much detail here, but it's actually something very healthy. If you cannot like walk because you are very busy or whatever, if you are in an office, I would recommend you to buy a treadmill. You can Google it, which basically helps you to, if you have the money. I mean, they are expensive, so it's just a optional step over there. But yeah, it's basically to help you walk whilst you do the work. It's very, very, very good. So yeah. So the next step is to bring down your thoughts, like journaling, writing, or whatever, in your computer. I mean, if it is in physical paper, then better, because of course, again, no lights and no stimulation. Basically, if you're a very anxious, stressed, or overthink a lot, then basically brain dumping and like vomiting metaphorically your thoughts in the paper will help you to be less worried about stuff and fall asleep faster, and like calm yourself more and relax more. And will like brain dump any idea, any thought, any shit you have in your mind, because if you don't do it and you just go to sleep, you will be basically thinking about stuff without like even being able to fall asleep, because you will be really stimulated and be very worried and overthinking and etc. Like basically rumination, right? That doesn't help you to fall asleep. So now there are some extra tips that I want to give you. The first are some constraints, which are basically to not eat any food, don't drink any. Let me finish. I think you just heard that and you're like, what the fuck? But let me finish. No, don't eat any food, don't drink any liquids basically, and don't work out 3 hours before sleep. Why? If you eat food, drink. So, for example, if you eat food, your body will be digesting the food and investing that energy into the digestion process instead of recovering yourself while you're sleeping, which will be very bad. I think you can get the point, but instead of sleeping, your body will be, instead of your body focusing on recovering every single muscle and stuff, it will be focusing on digesting the food in the night. And not also that will prevent you from falling asleep, but even if you fall asleep, you will wake up in the middle of the night because of that, right? So the other thing is with liquids. For example, if you drink a lot of water before bed, you're going to or you're not going to be able to fall asleep again, or you're going to wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom and pee, basically. So yeah. The other is to not use your phone 2 hours before bed, as again is a thing of stimulation and dimming the whole lights and not being like awake at that time. And the other is to 1 hour before bed don't listen to any music or any stuff like that. The music, this is more like this depends on the music you are listening. It can be relaxing music which can help you even fall asleep, which is perfect. But it's like any, like, I don't know, hardstyle rock or um, techno or electronic music. Any like high up music like that will stimulate you a lot and prevent you from falling asleep, basically. So yeah. So the last tip is to plan tomorrow today. So basically, before you go to sleep, you plan your day. First of all, you should review your day and say, okay, this day was productive, or this day wasn't productive at all. So you can ask yourself some questions like, how was my day in general? What positive things impacted my day? What negative things impacted my day? 3 things I could improve. I did this. In fact, this is an action step. Like, you can open your docs or your Google Keep or anything, anywhere like iPhone notes, wherever you want to um, write it down on. But you want to basically have these questions like, so the first question will be like, how was my day in general? What things impacted my day positively? What things impacted my day negatively? And 3 things I could improve at. Um, and what else could be? 5 things you're grateful for. Like some gratitude journaling, which is very healthy also. So yeah. So basically, but well, that's like reviewing your day and seeing like how was it. So you can compare your day to another day and say, okay, this is like I'm improving and I am or not, basically. Um, so yeah. Um, about planning tomorrow, you can basically plan all the tasks and things you have to do for tomorrow. Of course, maybe tomorrow you will have some thing, or like you will have to help some family member or any chore you have to do or anything that will prevent you from doing that. But the goal is to have already like planned everything you have to do tomorrow. So instead of asking yourself tomorrow what to do, you just have to do the thing that you already planned. I think that makes sense to you. Um, so yeah, what else could I tell? Yeah, I think that's it for the moment. As I told you, just see what works best for you, test everything I told you, and you can even like have taken notes in your computer or any like paper about what I just told you. But this will help you a lot to improve your sleep. Now there are some more advanced tips, but these are like some basic tips about how to improve your sleep. Also, the advanced ones tend to, or not necessarily, but tend to cost more money, like using supplements or buying a tracker, like, oh, for example, something I want to recommend you before finishing this video. So I use this app in my phone that it's called, I think you can, which is called Sleep Cycle. So basically with this app I am able to, so let me quickly explain you this app. I've been using this app for I think 2 years or 1 year, something like that. It's called Sleep Cycle. I think it's able for iPhone, Huawei, Samsung, Android, whatever, But it basically shows you the metric. First of all, the alarm of this app is very like peaceful, and you wake up with not with like that alarm noisy thing, that is by default from the phone. So basically, this shows you. I think you can see it right here. So this shows you the whole metrics of the app. So this night wasn't very, I think, but I think you can, like, it shows you everything literally. As you see, like, I done 6,000 steps, but some days I can do more, and some days I'm more busy, so that's why I recommend you, if you have a treadmill, which is like this, the ones on the gym, you know, basically, but to walk whilst you are doing your thing. I think actually you, if you buy one of those, you should also like have a standing desk, which is a desk you can like level up or level down. But yeah, that's some recommendation. Um, so yeah, I would recommend you to use this app. It's very easy to, very user friendly and very easy to configure. Yeah, there's nothing more that I have to, I think. This app is absolutely free, by the way. It has also, of course, a premium plan, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you can apply most of the things I'm talking about here, and not just like not like just to entertain or anything like that. Like if it entertain you, better, of course. But yeah, that will be. I'm thinking about something more, but that will be, for the moment, that will be like the most basic tips that I can give you to improve your sleep. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, and check the description to see my consulting offer to help you improve your performance, habits, sleep, productivity, etc. I think it can really help you if you are struggling with problems like that, and it can really benefit your life. It's not that expensive for the moment, but yeah. Yeah, there's nothing more I have to tell you. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for your attention and time. If you have stick to the end of this video, first of all, congratulations, because a lot of people tend to like just open the video, and because it's too long they say like no, bye. But yeah, thank you so much. So I hope you have a nice weekend or week, depending on when you're watching this. But yeah, ciao.